I got dropped in the first round, and I said, he's winning the fight. Everybody around me looked at me like, what? I'm like, he's winning the fight. And then guess what he did? He fucking fight. He just bit bodies, gumshoe, and carried on.
What about that first knockdown? What did he do with Fabio Wardley?
Fabio was not ready for boxing. He was no jab, nothing, looking for power shots. It's like he didn't train. He was busy commentating. Little bastard. He was supposed to fucking train in the gym. How many jabs did Fabio chuck? Less jabs. He didn't chuck no jabs. He didn't do anything we've seen before. You know, and today, Sam Smith was right. He goes, you're only a world champion.
Hated clash between Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois has finally wrapped up. And here is how the boxing legends shared their takes on this showdown.
Much better than I thought it was going to be. These two guys, they gave everything, heart, soul. I mean, I don't want to hear any more about Daniel Dubois being a quitter, and what a heart Fabio's got. I mean, they both took big shots, carried on all the way through it. I mean, it was just a brutal fight, which was all about guts and determination, and probably one of the best heavyweight fights I've seen in the certainly.
And it was called Don't Blink. Everyone said it wasn't going to go the distance, but it did go a lot further than I think a lot of people thought it was going to.
Me too, because they took the shots. I mean, when the first round, when he got caught on the head, it's like when he fought Kevin Lorena. You get a bit discombobulated when you get caught on the top of the head. And he did well to get over.
Daniel was fucking amazing. He was getting hit, but he was not quitting. He didn't have the quit in his eyes this day. You can see what.
Best fights I've ever seen. One of the best fights. Fair play to Fabio Wardley. What a hard man he is. He didn't want to quit. His corner didn't pull him out. And Daniel Dubois kept his composure. He kept his composure, stuck to the plan. He started to get a bit tired himself. He realised that Wardley has still got something in the tank. He kept pulling it out of the bag. He looked dead on his feet. But what a fight that was. And listen, fair play to Fabio.
It was a very crazy, very hard fight. Yeah, I like it.
How did you see the fight progressing when Fabio hurt Daniel in the first round?
Yeah.
Did you think he was going to go on to win?
Yeah, but you know, this is heavyweight boxing. You know, first of all, when I see this situation, I say crazy now. Fabio will stop the fight early, but you know, you see the result.
You see Fabio's face, his blood lead was a mess. How much heart and desire did I go very better?
This was very hard for him. You know, I think today, yeah.
Fight TV, John by Buddy McGirt. Buddy, what a main event that was. What did you make of it?
Hell of a fight. I think the worst thing that happened was that knockdown in the first round. After that, Wardley was just looking for that. No left hook. Sorry, meat and chicken. You know what I mean? But it was a hell of a fight. He showed the heart of a champion, and I think there should be a rematch.
Do you think that created that false sense of like the fight was kind of heading towards Fabio's favour, that first round knockdown then?
When the knockdown happened, I was like, oh shit. But then in the third round, I was like, I don't know. And then once Dubois' jab started landing, I told the guy sitting next to
Comments online complaining about the referee and maybe saying he should have been pulled out. What's your thoughts on that?
Listen, in a fight like that, because you've seen Fabio Wardley pull himself out from the brink of getting beat before, you can understand why Howard Foster didn't want to jump in the way. He gave him every chance he could, took him to the doctor twice, I think, and the doctor said, you know, carry on. But personally, if it was me, I'd have pulled him out a round ago and saved him from that finish. He finished on his feet, but it took
Dubois' heart. Everyone all this week has been bringing up him quitting and not getting back up, questioning his heart, and he showed a lot tonight.
Well, I think when, you know, he went in against Joyce when he was young, people said he quit. He didn't quit, he had an eye damage. And since then, you've never seen him quit. And it's come back well. It's great to see him get the win after everything he's been through. But at any point, Fabio Wardley could have pulled that shot out of the bag. I mean, he had him down twice in the opening rounds. So, you know, fair play to Dubois, composed himself, believed in himself and came through that.
Don Charles seems to be kind of slapping Daniel Dubois in the corner.
Right.
Training yourself now. What do you make of that?
Wake him up. You know, calm down and you got knocked down. So what? Wake him up. Once he started using the jab, it was over.
We know in the past Fabio's shown tremendous heart. He's done it again.
Well, listen, I love
tonight.
Fabio. He showed a lot of heart. Hell of a champion.
Where did you get that?
I hijacked two guys coming in, man.
God bless you.
Very quickly as well, Callum Smith was due to face David Morrell before the injury. David Morrell with a shock loss tonight. What did you make of that?
You know, listen. This is boxing, man. Anything happens. You know what I mean? So he took on a tough guy. He didn't take it, you know.
A seasoned veteran like Derek Chisora is finding it impossible to call this one, admitting that his deep personal ties to both camps make picking a winner a lose-lose situation. He acknowledged the immense respect he has for both warriors and the tactical minds training them, choosing instead to stay neutral rather than risk offending friends. Ultimately, he believes the fight is so evenly matched and unpredictable that the only guarantee is a high-stakes battle where both men will be pushed to their absolute limits.
I'm not gonna pick a side. I'm not gonna pick a side.
You normally tell us to pick a side.
I'm gonna sit on the fence because
we need you, Derek.
I know Don is training Dubois, and then the last time I always give prediction, Don gets all upset and I'm not talking to you. Why don't you have loyal to me? Blah blah blah. So I'm not gonna say anything. And I like Fabio. You know, I've known Fabio for years. I see him. We talk. You know, there's always mutual respect there. So I'm not gonna say who's gonna win or who's gonna lose. So I apologize for that. But all I know is we're gonna have a good fight.
Don's a good man as well.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of time for
Yeah, so
Don
this
Charles.
is my reason why I'm not picking a side, because both fighters, they got something I know about them. So I wish them.
Also advises on surviving a monster, which is simple yet chilling. You cannot afford to play it safe or mess around in the pocket. He insists that the only way to repel Wardley's relentless aggression is to meet him with the same level of violent bad intention that he is guaranteed to bring from the opening.
When he gets around his head, he starts going to do some funky movements, you know what I mean? If he can keep to the Daniel that we all know at his best, looking for 6, but I don't think he'll do that. The guy is very, very dangerous guy, very confident guy, and he desperately wants to do well for himself, and he will do with the power what he's got, because, you know, breaking the man's jaw, breaking the man's rib, or breaking the man's nose is different to do that.
Casts a skeptical eye on Dubois' legendary inconsistency, noting that while the dynamite version of Daniel is world-class, he often unravels into funky movements when the pressure mounts. He fears that Dubois' power will not be enough to stop a man like Wardley, who seems to take a sadistic pleasure in physically breaking everything his gloves.
Wardley winning it, I can see Daniel Dubois winning it. I can see Daniel Dubois spectacularly outboxing Fabio Wardley if everything goes well for him on the night. I can see Fabio Wardley stopping Daniel Dubois at any point and breaking him down. I can see a 12-round war. I can see the fight ending early on either side. That's what makes this so exciting. Two young fighters in their prime who are...
Analysis reaches a fever pitch. Veteran boxing journalist Gareth Aya Davies embraces the beautiful unpredictability of a fight that refuses to be tamed by logic or stats. He paints a picture of absolute heavyweight chaos where every possible outcome, from a tactical masterclass to a brutal early demolition, is resting on a knife's edge.
It would affect him as much as it would affect other fighters. Knowing him as a character, Fabio Wardley, he probably feel like he's just floating on a cloud right now. I think everything in the last little few months he touches turns to gold. He's just been fantastic. He's improved an awful lot. And when I look at him now, I see the confidence that sort of radiates off him. Even though he didn't win the title in the ring,
he beat Joe Parker.
But he beat Joe Parker, which is basically a world title fight, isn't it? So as a boxing fan, and obviously everyone loves the heavyweights, you couldn't ask for much more than this fight. And
Analysis takes on a new level of authority as Fraser Clark, the man who has survived grueling rounds in the ring with Wardley and felt the devastating power of Dubois in sparring, reveals the hidden truth about these two heavyweights. He dismisses the idea of Dubois being mentally scarred, suggesting that the champion's unique character makes him immune to the typical fallout of a high-profile defeat.
I'm gonna say, after being in the ring with him twice, and obviously, we know I really struggle to see past Fabio Wardley now, at the minute with anyone really, because he seems to find a way, and I've seen vulnerabilities from Daniel in the past, so I think my head sort of says, and my heart actually, I like Fabio, so I think it sort of leans that way, but Daniel Dubois, I've said this a million times.
I think we are all in for a treat because I do not know. You are leaning towards dismissing the idea of a lucky punch. Coldwell argues that Wardley's ability to find a way to win is the result of thousands of hours of calculated drilling in the gym. He warns that what looks like a miracle to the crowd is actually a pre-planned execution that makes Wardley dangerous until the very final second of the 12th round.
Fights, you know, he's marked up a lot. I think his defence has had to get better or needed to get better, but I do think off the Hooney fight and the Parker fight, I'm seeing the development of Fabio Wardley as a boxer. I think he's improving in most departments, to be honest. So I think he has bridged that gap, whereas Daniel, I've always thought he's got very solid basics, but maybe the emotion of the situation sort of might overcome him sometimes.
Fraser, you've been in with Fabio a couple of times.
Exposes the tactical flaws in Wardley's defense, pointing out how he was picked apart by the jab in previous wars before his power saved him. He highlights Dubois's underrated technical skill, suggesting that if the champion can stay disciplined, he might just dismantle the magic before Wardley has the chance to land his lethal equalizer.
Really high, keeps it up nice and high, keeps his right hand, his backhand up by his chin, got big shoulders, uses them big shoulders. He uses them shoulders almost to protect himself, protect his chin. But he needs to make these shoulders more what we call rounded, keep them a little bit more rounded so they're a little bit more closer to his jawline, because that's where the bullets are going to start coming from Wardley. He's going to have to keep his shoulders up nice and high, keep his left hand up nice and high, keep just a little bit of weight on the front foot, so as he steps into Wardley, we all know Daniel Dubois has got an excellent jab, okay? He does. Doesn't matter where he throws it from, where he throws it from his chest, where he throws it from his shoulder, it's an excellent jab. So what he's got to do, he's got to keep that jab nice and high, he's got to be pumping it out, maybe in 1, 2s and 3s. We don't generally see Daniel Dubois throwing a triple jab, so maybe a double jab would be more conducive for him. It might work better for him, a double jab. So what you see with Daniel Dubois generally is that, a big jab, a big jab, a big jab, a big jab. He's got big shoulders, my shoulders aren't as big as his. What I'm saying is, he
breaks down the defensive fortress Dubois is building, focusing on how he uses his massive frame and high guard to turn himself into an unreachable target. He explains that if Dubois can tuck his chin behind those rounded shoulders, he will create a wall that Wardley's bullets simply will not be able to penetrate. It is a game of inches where one slight adjustment to his stance could be the difference between a clean exit and a devastating collision.
Hook. So he goes double jab, right hand, left hook, all off the front foot. Double jab, right hand, left hook. It's quite a savage punch for Dubois actually, just thinking about it. He goes double jab, right hand, left hook. He gets maximum body weight between the shots. If Fabio Wardley hasn't used his footwork to get out of the way, he's a sitting target. Because once Daniel Dubois catches him, he drops everything. And in doing so, double jab, right hand, left hook, right hand again. You might see an occasional uppercut. He's not an uppercut merchant, Dubois. He's more of a hooker. He likes a hook, a left hook, double jab, right hand.
The analysis shifts to Dubois's savage offensive sequences, specifically the trademark combinations that have left a trail of broken opponents in his way. Mackenzie warns that if Wardley remains a stationary target for even a split second, he will be swallowed up by a rhythmic explosion of hooks and right hands. There is a terrifying mechanical efficiency to this plan, designed to trap the champion in a corner and drop the full weight of a heavyweight's power onto his.
But he gets maximum leverage, he gets maximum speed just by planting his feet. Daniel Dubois is what I call a predator in the ring, which simply means he doesn't hurry anything. He's like a predator. He just stalks you slowly, and cuts the ring size down in what we call bite-sized pieces. You don't see Daniel Dubois doing this at any point He's not that guy. He's not that guy. He doesn't do that. Daniel Dubois, he keeps his shoulders up nice and rounded. He keeps his hands up. He keeps his chin down a little bit. He pumps the jab. He pumps the jab. And every time he pumps that jab, he just closes the ring size down. Because he takes half a step in. So he's not taking half a step out.
He describes Dubois not just as a puncher, but as a patient predator who masterfully shrinks the ring until his prey has nowhere left to run. By taking tiny, calculated steps forward with every jab, he suffocates his opponent's space and forces them into a claustrophobic trap they did not see coming. This is not just boxing. It is a slow-motion execution where the ring gets smaller and the danger gets louder with every single second that passes. Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Legacy Round and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.